welcome back to Crochet at My House. So I am changing what day I am doing videos on. This is not the regular Tuesday. I have decided that it will be a little bit easier for me to do it on a Saturday instead. So we're going to try that out. I did do a video on Tuesday. Hopefully you've seen it. If you haven't, do go and check it out. It was about a yarn shop that I found. Today though is about things I got on that trip that weren't from said yarn shop. So I'm going to start with showing some things that are not craft or crochet related. Got quite a few books. This is one of them. It's a cake book. And I got it because there was a couple of recipes in here that just sounded really good. One of which is hazelnut squares. I mean, don't those look tasty? Here's that. I think I went past it. There are a lot of really nice looking recipes in here that I really fancy trying at some point. There's cakes and flapjacks and biscuits and all sorts of things. Brownies. Clementine cake. That sounds nice. Carrot cake. Yeah, this looks so good. That is sticky chocolate pudding. Really looks tasty. So yeah, I picked up this little book. I also got this. This is Buttes of War, and it's all about wartime and things that were going on the island. So it's during the conflict between 1939 and 1945. And there's all sorts of interesting information in here. There's also photos of people. This is the Island of Butte Home Guard. That's pretty interesting. And I do like history, so it definitely caught my attention. And this is beautiful. Look at that. So, yeah, I got this out of it being interesting. I have a little puzzle book. Nothing too interesting. It's just got like some puzzles in it. I like puzzles sometimes. I think I'm just doing books at the moment. Going through them all. The Dictionary of Lost Words. It sounded interesting. It's basically about a young girl who starts collecting words or lost words. The first one was a piece of paper that got dropped that she picked up. Interesting. Haven't read it yet, of course. Got The Old Man Who Sneezed. It just sounded kind of funny. So I got that. Got two Mr. Men books. So we've got Mr. Jelly and the Pirates and Mr. Bump and the Knight. Okay, guys. I've got Casper the Prince of Cats. And there's some really nice illustrations in here. Supposed to be the only cat who survived the sinking of the Titanic. Obviously, this is a work of fiction, but it does have some connections to real things that happened, because the Titanic did sink. Next we have the Highland clearance. This is all about when they were making people leave the Highlands. So this is a piece of history, and I thought it would be interesting. There aren't any pictures in this one, it's all writing, but it still sounded interesting enough to want to have a look at it. There's that one. And then there's this orange book. It's Funny Farm. And it sounded interesting and kind of silly. And there's a small section with pictures. This one's funny. Look at the horse sitting in the pit. Isn't that a pretty sunset? So that sounded like an interesting book. I almost forgot these books. So I have the Hobbit Annual from 2014, and there's plenty of information in here. I do love annuals. I usually go for like older annuals most of the time, but this one was interesting enough to me. So, Hobbit Annual. And then I also found, this is a really old one, this is Things to Do in Make Annual, and it's got Trumpton characters and oh, what's it called? My brain. Chigley. Yeah, it's so nice. Don't know if any of you will know of any of these characters or their stories, but they are lovely. I have watched the cartoons. They were actually stop motion type, and it's interesting because the person who made them, he made all these different pieces, but he destroyed them after he was finished. Only one of the little people survived. Now I can't remember if it was one of the fire people, firemen, or what, I can't remember exactly. But it survived because a child had it. I think they got given it or something, and they kept a hold of it. But yeah, really interesting. And I'd never seen one before, so I had to pick it up. I don't know if it's got anything. Ah, yes, here we are. It's 1971. Is it? It's from. I just found the date in there. Yes, nice book. And the only other book I got was this Horrible Histories Christmas book. I do have its CD as well. It's not sitting in here because I put it somewhere else because it kept falling out of the book. But this is another sort of history book. And I like that sort of thing. So picked it up. So that's nice. Do apologise for the glare. This dust cover is very shiny. Now, there's only a few things left that aren't craft related. I'm going to start with a pony. So, if you don't know by now, I like Generation 3 My Little Pony. And this one here is called Firewater. Very interesting. And I'd never seen her before, so I had to pick her up. She was just so interesting. And I love the tinsel hair she's got. So she'll be added to my collection. You can see there's one just there behind me. There's another one up there. Then I also found this lovely doll. So she's got her little dress on. And she's the baby version of Rapunzel from Tangled. So originally she would have came in a crib. I don't have the crib, I just have the doll. But I think she's absolutely adorable. And I love the fact that her hands are in different position and so are her feet, like she's wiggling her toes. Just gives a little bit more interest to her, and her hair is in pretty immaculate condition. So that's her. I also found a sweet little Christmas ornament. You might see it there on here. Yeah, that's it. So it's a heart, and there's a nice tree in the background and some stars. And then you've got the little manger scene. So I thought that was really cute. And the last thing I have is this. So on the top it says, I used to care, but I take a pill for that now. So it's a little pill box, and I just thought the saying on the front was really funny. And I liked the design. And it does pop open. Now I won't be putting pills in here, but I actually like to use these for earrings because they're the perfect travel size. So if you're going on holiday and you want like 2 or 3 sets of earrings, this is perfect for that. I'm sure there are other uses, like obviously it being a pill container, but that's what I like to use them for. Now, moving on to craft stuff, so I do have one thing to show that isn't technically a craft item. This is a small vintage suitcase, and I just really liked it. It is a little battered here and there, but it is so cute. And here's the interior. So it's missing some stuff, but it is very cute. And so I got it. I've been using it to hold all the different patterns I picked up, which I've got quite the hefty stack, with this knitting magazine. I'm not going to go into lots of detail with all of these, just with how many there are, but that's cute. And here's another one. These two are both on the newer side. You can get an idea of what's in this one. And I also have this bit of a jumble here. They were all just kind of jumbled together, so I just sort of picked up what I could find among the pieces. So there's that. Then there's some easy knitted hats. No, easy crochet hats. What am I talking about? I thought I was just showing Knitting Magazine. Easy crocheted hats. And what got my attention was this hat specifically. I just kind of like the pattern. So there's some nice ones in there. And then I have a small stack of Stitch by Stitch. Now these are quite a bit older, and you can tell just by looking at the pricing and also looking at how they look on the front. For an example, the price for buying it here in the UK was 45p. So that was kind of a while ago. This one is 1979. And it's not just crochet. There is sewing in here. That dress is sewing. There is crochet. Got a cover for a box. Some knitted socks. And so on. And they even have stuff on the backs of these. So they all have kind of a mixture of different things in them. And for the sewing sections, they actually have parts to make with that you could trace. This one's a really good example of having patterns. It has a whole sewing pattern in here for one of the items in the book. I just really like these, so I picked up a couple of them. And there's a nice mixture. So you always want to see something different, I think. Here's a Tunisian crochet waistcoat. I really like this skirt. I don't think I would use those colours per se if I was doing something with it, but I thought it was kind of a neat skirt. Border lines. Pins. And little skirt. That's cute. And a little kit here at the back for all your sewing pieces. Oh yeah, this is one of my favourite ones that I picked out. The crocheted cardigan in here is so cute. Let's see, can I find it? That's interesting, not what I'm looking at. Easily distracted when looking through interesting booklets. I think I might. There we are. Here's the cardigan. I thought it was quite sweet. Another one. This one's got interesting things in it as well. Oh yes, this is the first one I grabbed. I had to get it for this. Isn't that adorable? It's a crochet flower shawl. It's just very nice. So that's all of the patterns. Moving on to the rest of the craft stuff. Start with this little pack. So there's little tiny jars in here, and some of them have tiny candy canes in them, and other ones have like snow effect stuff in them. Very cute. And I got this. I love carousels. I just think they're so cute and interesting. So I picked this one up. Obviously it's a really big picture. That will take me a long time. But I think it will be worth it because it is so cute. And I also got this massive bag of buttons. And one of the interesting and rather cool things in here is this string of beads. Somebody put them together to form a necklace. So I can quite literally wear a button necklace. Isn't that neat? There's loads of different buttons in here. I will try and pop in a few pictures to show some of them. But they're all vintage, obviously. There aren't really many new buttons in here. There are some, but a lot of them you could tell just looking at the packaging they're on that they're quite old. And I also have some yarn. So just get up from down here. Right, I'm going to start with this. This is colorblind yarn. I just like this. It is very dark, I will say that. It is a very dark color. But that's part of why I liked it. I liked how dark it was. Then I have some neon yarn. And this is Sewing Solutions. Double knit yarn, polyester, 100 grams. And it's just so bright with the neon yellow, pink and orange in there with the white. And I got 5 of those. They're a little disheveled, but they're very nice. And then the last ball of yarn I got is Patterns Jacana. It's 73% acrylic, 20% wool, and 3% linen. It's 50 grams and it's very interesting. It's got sort of teal, blue, cream in there and lots of pretty textures. That's all the things I got. Lastly, I shall show you what I was working on while I was away. This is the butterfly blanket, and as you can see, the butterflies are at the bottom. I have decided to change what I'm doing a little. So I've got some coloured stripes here, same colours as the butterflies. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. I'm thinking I might make the middle just plain a blue background. And I want to add some big butterflies. And I think I might bring these butterflies back at the top. But I'm just kind of making up as I go at the moment. That's how much I got done. So I was way down here, I think. So I got a fair bit done while I was away. And it was a nice simple project to work on. Now I think that's everything for my video today. I would love to know what you thought of things in the video, whether you were really into the vintage patterns, the suitcase, the different yarns, maybe even the books. Remember and like, comment, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications every time I put up a video.